Cofondateur et premier rédacteur en chef du site américain IGN il y a déjà 19 ans, Chris Charla est depuis passé de l'autre côté de la barrière, comme trop d'étoiles éternelles du journalisme jeu vidéo. Aujourd'hui, il travaille pour Microsoft en tant que directeur du programme ID at Xbox, dont il a bien voulu nous parler à l'occasion de Paris Games Week.
So ID at Xbox is Microsoft's program for independent developers, and so we enable independent developers to self-publish their games on Xbox One and on Windows 10 with Xbox Live. So if a developer wants to put their game on Xbox, we help them out. We get them dev kits at no cost. They can use any middleware, whether it's Unity, which again is no cost, or Unreal, and then we help them get through the certification process, help them if they have any questions in development, and then as we get closer to releasing the game, then that's when we start to help them with being at shows like the one we're at today, or getting information about their game out on the website and through our social channels.
Et si Chris Charla et ID at Xbox choisissent forcément qui seront les élus du programme, la liste de candidats s'établit sur un mélange de recrutement et de candidatures spontanées.
So we get a lot of both. We have a lot of developers coming to us every day saying, hey, we'd really like to get our game on Xbox, or we want to put our game on Windows 10 with Xbox Live. And then we're also always out looking for developers at different meetups and shows and everything else, looking for cool games and talking to them about Xbox. So it goes both ways.
Et pour élargir le catalogue ID at Xbox au maximum, Chris nous assure que les studios sélectionnés ne sont soumis à aucune forme de restriction de plateforme.
No, not at all. So we welcome every game on the platform. And so there's not a condition that the game only can be on Xbox or only can be on Windows. You know, most games that come to Xbox are going to be other places as well. Hopefully Windows 10, but also places like Steam and then, of course, other consoles. Our job is about making sure that when a player turns on his or her Xbox One, they have the broadest variety of awesome games to play. And so to us, that means it has to include independent games from independent developers. And so we're about making sure that our players have tons of great games to play, and that's really why we exist.
La raison d'être du programme ID at Xbox, c'est peut-être aussi un peu la réhabilitation de Microsoft en tant que protecteur et promoteur d'indépendants, un rôle aujourd'hui plutôt attribué à Sony sur console, mais que le constructeur de la Xbox assurait pourtant sans grande concurrence à l'époque de la 360.
Well, so Microsoft really helped pioneer independent games on console with Xbox Live Arcade, and I look back to that, a long time ago now, 2008, when Castle Crashers and some games like that shipped, is really kind of sparking that golden age of indie games on console. And as 360 went on, there started to be other options for developers, and we started getting some complaints, and we realized we needed to make some changes. And so when we got ready to launch Xbox One, that's when we started the ID at Xbox program, enabling developers to self-publish, and the response from developers has been really positive. We've had some great success stories on Xbox One already, both commercially and critically, from independent developers. So it's been really, really satisfying, and we work really hard to address the issues of developers. We listen as much as we can, make changes based on developer feedback, and it's constantly a process of listening to developers, making changes, and just iterating that over and over again to try and make Xbox One the best place for developers to put their independent games.
On parle de développeurs indépendants depuis le début de cette entrevue, mais finalement, c'est quoi exactement un développeur indépendant pour Chris Charla?
Yeah, it's a hard question to answer, like what is indie? And we try and, honestly, on the door to my office, I have the word indie with a cross through it, because we try not to worry about what that means. If somebody says, I'm an independent developer, that's good enough for us. And so we just try and, we don't try and get into the political debate about what is indie or not indie. I was a punk rocker when I was in my youth, and I had so many arguments about what is punk rock, what is not punk rock. I can't do it anymore. So we let developers tell us. If they say they're an independent developer, that's good enough for us. And we have studios that are one person or one woman in her garage, like all the way up to 200 person and more studios, and they're all independent developers. And what we can do is make sure that every developer, whether it's one man or one woman or a studio of 200, has a great experience developing on Xbox One.
Et une fois que le développement est achevé, même s'il faut évidemment se concentrer immédiatement sur d'autres studios et d'autres jeux, la satisfaction du travail accompli, et dans les meilleurs cas du succès de certains titres, reste la meilleure des récompenses.
Oh my gosh. So, we do all this hard work, and when we are, my day to day, I don't think about anything except for like, hey, we need to fix this for developers, we need to improve this. Oh, look at this cool game, but the job is really trying to solve problems and make life better. But when when games release and we see a developer have huge success, that's what it's all about for me. Like when you get to see a game selling, hundreds of thousands of units, or developer just like really meeting whatever their goals were commercially and critically, it's just like so satisfying. That's like literally what makes all the work, worth it. And it's just like it feels great that we're providing this platform where developers can have sustained success. And I don't want to sound like crazy, but I feel like game developers are artists, and so to create a platform where an artist can express themselves and they can make enough money to keep expressing their vision and keep exploring, what they want to do in this game and their next game, it's just like it's an incredibly satisfying feeling as somebody who works at a platform holder to know that we're helping that.
De bien belles paroles dont on a vraiment envie de croire qu'elles sont tout à fait sincères. Rien ne semble pour l'instant laisser penser le contraire. Et le programme ID at Xbox peut en tous les cas se targuer d'avoir un catalogue de sorties bien rempli, avec ses Cuphead, ses Super Hot, ses Below, Elite Dangerous, Hyper Light Drifter, Ashen, Solus Project, Castle Crasher Remastered, Tacoma, Ark,